National Cybersecurity Centre, Cyber Essentials Requirements for IT Infrastructure, version 3.1, Part 3. Multi-factor authentication. As well as providing an extra layer of security for passwords that aren't protected by the other technical controls, you should always use multi-factor authentication to give administrative accounts extra security and accounts that are accessible from the internet. The password element of the multi-factor authentication approach must have a password length of at least 8 characters with no maximum length restrictions. There are 4 types of additional factor to consider: a managed enterprise device, an app on a trusted device, a physically separate token, a known or trusted account. Additional factors should be chosen so that they are usable and accessible. You might need to carry out user testing to decide what is best for your users. For more information, see NTSC's guidance on MFA. Information. SMS is not the most secure type of MFA, but still offers a huge advantage over not using any MFA at all. Any multi-factor authentication is better than not having it at all. However, if there are alternatives available that will work for your situation, we recommend you use these instead of SMS. Malware protection applies to servers, desktop computers, laptops, tablets, mobile phones, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Aim: to restrict execution of known malware and untrusted software from causing damage or accessing data. Introduction. Malware, such as computer viruses, worms, and ransomware, is software that has been written and distributed deliberately to perform malicious actions. Potential sources include malicious email attachments, downloads, including those from application stores, and direct installation of unauthorized software. If a system is infected, your organization is likely to suffer from problems like malfunctioning systems, data loss, or onward infection that goes unseen until it causes harm elsewhere. You can largely avoid the potential for harm by preventing malware from being delivered to devices and preventing malware from running on devices. Example: Acme Corporation implements code signing alongside a rule that allows only vetted applications from the device application store to execute on devices. Unsigned and unapproved applications will not run on devices. The fact that users can only install trusted, allowless application leads to a reduced risk of malware infection. Requirements. You must make sure that a malware protection mechanism is active on all devices in scope. For each device, you must use at least one of the options listed below. In most modern products, these options are built into the software supplied. Alternatively, you can purchase products from a third-party provider. In all cases, the software must be active, kept up to date in accordance with the vendor's instructions, and configured to work as detailed below. Anti-malware software, option for in-scope devices running Windows or Mac OS, including servers, desktop computers, and laptop computers. If you use anti-malware software to protect your device, it must be configured to be updated in line with vendor recommendations, prevent malware from running, prevent the execution of malicious code, and prevent connections to malicious websites over the internet. Application allow listing, option for all in-scope devices. Only approved applications restricted by code signing are allowed to execute on devices. You must actively approve such applications before deploying them to devices. Maintain a current list of approved applications. Users must not be able to install any application that is unsigned or has an invalid signature. Further guidance. Backing up your data. Backing up means creating a copy of your information and saving it to another device or to cloud storage online. Backing up regularly means you will always have a recent version of your information saved. This will help you recover quicker if your data is lost or stolen. You can also turn on automatic backup. This will regularly save your information into cloud storage without you having to remember. If you back up your information to a USB stick or an external hard drive, disconnect it from your computer when a backup isn't being done. Backing up your data is not a technical requirement of Cyber Essentials. However, we highly recommend implementing an appropriate backup solution. Zero Trust and Cyber Essentials. Network architecture is changing. More services are moving to the cloud, and use of software as a service continues to grow. At the same time, many organizations are embracing flexible working, which means lots of different device types may connect to your systems from many locations. It's also increasingly common for organizations to share data with their partners and guest users, which requires more granular access control policies. Zero Trust architecture is designed to cope with these changing conditions by enabling an improved user experience for remote access and data sharing. A Zero Trust architecture is an approach to system design where inherent trust in the network is removed. Instead, the network is assumed hostile and each access request is verified based on an access policy. Confidence in a request is achieved by building context, which relies on strong authentication, authorization, device health, and value of the data being accessed. As organizations move towards zero trust architecture models, we've considered it in this context and are confident that implementing the technical controls doesn't prevent you using a zero trust architecture as defined by the NCSC guidance. If you have any questions about the NCSC guidance, please contact Lugo to have a discussion. Thanks for listening.